Today I'm going to be watching this video, 10 things Australians do better than Americans. As always, tell me what you think Australia or Australians in this instance do better than Americans or America. Let's check them out.
There are some things though that Australians just do better. Number 10. Live longer. Aussies outlive Americans by nearly 41 months. They also have fewer deaths that result from serious health problems like heart disease and cancer. Number 9.
So 41 months, that's actually quite startling an amount, quite a longer life expectancy. I wonder if the stricter gun control has anything to do with that as well, but obviously the Australian lifestyle, from what I've learned, is just seemingly a lot healthier, whether it's like to do with what you eat or just the healthier lifestyle, the outdoor lifestyle. Tell me what you think the reason for that big disparity is.
Whisky. Hobart Sullivan's Cove French Oak Cask Single Malt, a spirit distilled in Tasmania, was not long ago named the finest of its kind on the planet at the World Whiskies Awards. Other contenders included entrants from the US, Japan, and Scotland. Number 8.
Well, okay, so that's actually not only what Aussies do better than Americans, what they do better than Scotland. One of our only things we're really proud of at the moment, that we export whiskey, and now another country does it better. I knew that Japan didn't created good whiskey up there with Scotland, but I honestly never even knew Australia produced its own whiskey to that sort of level. Tell me if you've tried that before. It seemed like it's from Tasmania, so pretty cool as well. I'd love to try it, see how it compares. I'm not like a connoisseur of whiskey, but yeah, I'll leave it to the experts, and they say Australia's got the best whiskey.
Gender equality. In 2012, Australia was given the top spot on a list that ranked countries according to how well they supported the professional advancement of women. Factors included access to education, childcare, equal pay, and policies that deter discrimination. Number 6.
Yeah, man, I think that's pretty expected as well. I know that countries like the Scandinavian countries are very good when it comes to equality as well, but seeing it that Australia does it better than American, I think I probably would have guessed that. Tell me if you see that in practice in Australia.
7. Ocean pools. Hanging out at a beach can be great, but the water itself could harbor any number of dangerous species. Australians have solved the problem by putting saltwater pools in several locales where the sand meets the sea. Number 6.
Yeah, that one actually I've only seen in photographs when watching these videos. I mean, not only do they seem like practically very good, but they just look pretty cool. I've not really seen things like that or to that extent in any other country. Tell me if you've been to any of them. Is it good? It looks like a really nice pool to just, not even just to swim, but just to chill beside the ocean. What's the best one that you've been
6.
to?
Controlling the cost of college. An American education costs, on average, nearly $14,000 a year. Attending an institution of higher learning in Australia has a median annual price tag of about $7,500. Number 5.
I think that one we know is like the cost of education in America is like very costly, and yeah, I don't know the loans and that sort of thing, so that American students end up with all this debt when they leave higher education. Is that the same in Australia? Do you have a lot of debt when you leave like university, college? Is it high but not as high as America? Like, one good thing being from Scotland is all of our sort of tuition fees and things are free for university, even though I don't live there anymore, but I did go to university there, so that one was actually quite good. But $7,500, I think that's a very reasonable amount for a good level. And the thing in Australia as well is it's a good level of education you get at these higher education
5. The gap year.
as well.
In Australia, it's perfectly normal for recent high school graduates to wait a year before attending college. Those who do are encouraged to spend time traveling, working, or both. Number 4.
That's actually, I mean, that's very similar to the UK. And the interesting thing is obviously a lot of British people go to Australia for their gap year. Do you have any sort of do you ever come into contact with any of them? Like, the British stereotype of these sort of gap year students is they're always a bit more wealthy, posh, go to Australia to explore Australia and themselves. Do you have that same sort of stereotype, or are you just welcoming to everybody? And where do Aussie students or Aussie gap year students, where do they go for their gap year? Do they go to the UK or Asia, Southeast Asia maybe, I guess?
Pizza. It may come as a complete shock, but an Australian chef was named as having the best pizza at the 2014 World Pizza Championship.
I had some boys next to me that were from New York, a really famous pizzeria in New York, and one of the owners from that pizzeria was, hitting my shoulder saying, "You won, you won."
The competition is held every year in Parma, Italy, and draws competitors from around the globe. Number 3.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. So you're the best at making pizza and the best at whiskey. Like, what more do you need than pizza and whiskey? That's like a pretty perfect night, man. But that is one thing I know America is known for. Even though Italy obviously originates from, pizza originates from Italy, America does really fantastic pizza, especially in New York, New Haven, New Jersey, and that sort of thing. But Aussies do it better. Have you been to that place? Have you had pizza from that one that won the
Median
award?
wealth. According to a Credit Suisse report, adult Australians have a median wealth of over $190,000, while in the US, it's closer to $40,000. These figures include retirement savings and home values. Number 2.
Well, and that's interesting that it's in median wealth as well. So tell me if you relate to that figure. Is that roughly the amount for you? I don't know if they mentioned Aussie dollars or USD there, but I guess it's not too far off the currency conversion. But tell me if you think that's a figure. Again, a huge disparity there. What was it, 190,000 to 40,000? So yeah, I don't know what is it higher you think that as well, but like Australia has a higher cost of living as well, so it might be harder to save or stuff. So yeah, tell me what you think about that figure if you relate to that. Why, again, you think there's such a disparity?
2. Building livable cities. The Economic Intelligence Unit's annual Livability survey not only found Melbourne, Australia to be the best place to live, 4 other Australian metropolises landed in the top 10. No American cities made the cut. Number 1.
Oh, I already know, again, like Australia has very livable cities. Having been to Melbourne, you can really tell, like, it just feels so comfortable just to walk around. Surprising that there's none in America. Maybe not when you see like videos coming from the US of like San Francisco, the drug problem, fentanyl problem and things like that. Is like seemingly in a bad way, but Australia just consistently delivers when it comes to livable cities. And that's not even just like Sydney and Melbourne, it's all the other places, Perth, Adelaide, Brisbane, all very high standards of living.
Happiness. Australians have actually been deemed the happiest people in the world 3 years in a row now, among industrialized nations anyway. The US did pretty well too, coming in at 6th. What do you think Australians do best?
Yeah, so tell me what you think about that. Again, all of these things lead to happiness, especially pizza and whiskey. If you've got the best pizza, best whiskey, you're going to be the happiest. But obviously the things are like the wealth and the livable cities just brings a general level of like comfort and happiness, I guess, to the people of Australia. But tell me what you think about these things. Is there anything else you think Australia does better than America that wasn't on that list? Thanks.